Okay. So we have here our mathematical induction, sequences and series, and then sigma notation. So you are familiar with this one since you had this when you were in grade 10. Naka-remember? Wala. This is your first lesson in your first grading pag grade 10 ninyo. So, nakahinumdum ra or nalimtan na gyud siya? Yes, sure. Okay. So, naay nakahinumdum. How about the others? Kahinumdum pa mo unsay sequence? Okay, yes, sure. Okay, so now since you have an idea what is a sequence and what is a series and sigma notation, let us know first what is mathematical induction. Unsa day ng mathematical induction, teacher? Okay, have you met this word or this phrase before? Or ang mathematical
Sir,
nga nga word? Yes?
wala.
Wala. Okay. So, mathematical induction is a mathematical technique which is used to prove a statement. A formula or a theorem is true for every natural numbers. So, here in our mathematical induction is we are going to prove if that statement or if that problem, if that formula or theorem is true. If we are going to assign numbers. Okay, so that is a mathematical induction. So here in mathematical inductions, your prerequisite lessons are your sequences and series, and then your sigma notation. Because as you remembered, series and sequences, kaya naaman siya yung mga formula. Am I right? Sakto ba or dili? Okay, yes, very good. So that's why we can use this one to prove as well um, if those formulas are true or sakto ba siya iniga-apply nato sa for example, we are going to apply it to get a number. So we are going to look for that one. And now we are going to have a review on sequences and series. So, unsa di ay ng sequence class? Sige, mag-start ta sa sequence. Anyone? Any two? Any three? A list of numbers. Okay, just plain numbers. Actually, yes, it's correct. It is a list of numbers. Or shall we say, it is a function whose domain is the set of positive integers or the set that you can see there, 1, 2, 3, 4 until n. And each sequence has its corresponding na siya corresponding connection with each other. Okay, so how about our series? How about series? Unsa day ning series? Sequence nga gi-repeat sure. Mm, dili ta kaingon nga gi-repeat siya. Pero naa pun siya relation sa atong sequence. Sige daw, try to remember unsa nang series. Sige, anyone? Sige, tagaan ta mo clue. Mag-add ta ani. Mag-add ta sa series. Kung mag-add ta, unsa
Ang
atong
sum sa
makuha?
sequence, sir?
One more time.
Ang sum sa sequence?
Very good. When we say series, it represents the sum of the sequence or the summation of your sequence. Okay, so good job na po yung mga nakahinumdum. Now, this one class, we are going to have some examples of on how are we going to represent a sequence. So we have here, a sequence is a list of numbers separated by commas, while a series is a sum of numbers separated by plus or minus sign. So if we are going to illustrate here, we have an example. 1, -1/2, and -1/4. So as you can see, naa siya'y separated by commas siya. Okay, sequence na siya, class. While if we are going to talk about series, separated by plus or minus nga sign siya. So we have here 1 and then -1/2, gidiretso 1, -1/2 or -1/2, plus 1/3 minus 1/4 is equals to 7/12. In which imong gi-add ang imuhang sequence or imong gidu ang iyahang operations nga makita dira. Okay, mo na siya sequence and series, class. Okay, remember, we're not talking here yet about katong arithmetic, geometric, harmonic, wala pa ta ato. This one is solely for sequence and series. Okay, nasabtan ra, class? So remember lang yun nga if we're having sequence separated by commas siya. While ang atoang series kay separated by plus or minus nga sign. Okay. So now, nag-share ko Jamboard, no? Pero ano na sana siya, class. So we have here things to do for our examples. So we are going to determine the first 5 terms of each defined sequence. And we are going to give the associated series. So the first example here is 2 minus n. Okay, so by just using our given there nga 2 minus n, ako sa siya kopyahon ha, nananisod na si Anonymous dire usa ka buok. Sige, we have here 2 minus n. Okay, and then ako siyang i-share. So we have that one, 2 minus n. And then ang giingon nato is we are going to get the first 5 terms man. Ang gihatag diri, class, is formula. And then if ato ning i-substitute ang atoang 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, makakuha dayon ta sa iyahang sequence. Okay? So here, class, nganong 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 atong i-substitute sa atong n, class? Nganong 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 man? Sige, anyone? Okay, terms nature. Or shall we say, mo man nato atong gipangita, we have the first 5 terms man. So, di ba, first 5 terms, it starts with 1, and then 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, we are going to substitute that one sa tanan, sa tong 2n. So, you have there 2n or 2 minus 1, pila? That is 1. And then, 2 minus 2, that is 0. You have there 2 minus 1. Ano? 2 minus 3 de. 2 minus 3, that is negative 1. 2 minus 4, that is negative 2. And then you have there 2 minus 5, that is equivalent to negative 3. So, mo na ni siya imong sequence class. 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2, and negative 3. Ang atong pangutana karon, mao na ba na siya ang atoang answer or maura ba na siya ang atoang answer? Or napatay kinahanglang isolve kay na may giingon diri nga give their associated series. So kung ang atong sequence, so this is our sequence or our first 5 terms, you have 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2, and negative 3. Now, ato po pangitaon ng ato ang associated series. Okay, so ang ganito, di ba, kamas man na siya kay sequence. So, ang atong buhaton is change na ta. So, plus o minus na ato ang i-change sa atong kama. So, kani is 1 plus 0. And then, this one, we have minus 1. This is minus 2. And then, this one is minus 3. Okay, so unsay result sa atong associated series class if we are going to do math? 1 plus 0 minus 1 minus 2 minus 3. Pilay result. Sige daw, you can use your calculator. No ba nag-answer? Okay, we have negative 5. So that is your associated series, negative 5. Okay. So now class is, mabalik ta sa ato ang PowerPoint. Now is, I want you to do this number 2. You're going to get the first 5 terms and then you are going to give the associated series. Sige, nara may paper o pen dira. Para di sad mo ma-board. Sige, atong lihokon atong kamot o atong utok. And then, kinsay ganahan mo share silang answer. You can use the Jamboard. Okay? Nawala man ang tao sa Jamboard di ay. Sige, pwede ninyong gamiton ang Jamboard class. Nainibalik si Anonymous Tiger. I'll give extra points for this one for participation. Sige, manawag tag mga kuan derebe. Hilom. Okay, 3n squared ay siya. Sige, girl o boy. Sige, for the sequence, I want Pelayo to answer. And then for the series, I want Blair to answer. Yes. Di ka ka-open sa Jamboard? Phone ra imong gamit.
Sir, ako sad sir. Phone sad akong gamit.
Hala. Sige, kuha na lang. Unsaon man ni na to. Answer na lang sa papel and then isend sa messenger. Sa may lain. Or yeah, sige. Sige. And then the rest of you can answer as well on your paper. Okay? Okay, same process sa atong gibuhat ganina ha nga mag-substitute ta sa 1 until 5. Nanay mga answers, class? Sige, share na ko ang Jamboard og balik ha. So we have here. Kinsay makasuod sa Jamboard, class? Si kinsa ni si Anonymous Tiger.
Ako, sir.
Ah, si Edward. Okay. Okay, so remember nga ang kanang values nimo sa n kay substitute nimo ang 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then ana kay makuhaan na nga mga values. So you have there 1 plus 2 times 1 plus 3 times 1 squared. So pila yung result niya?
Sure. Mag-answer me sure dahil ang answer is send sa imong messenger.
Dili katurang duha si kuan.
Okay, sure.
Kaya sila man tato kung pansiron diri sa Jamboard niya, di man sila ka-access. Sige, man na mag-answer, class? Okay na, di mga manakan po kita. So, pilay, kuha na to, class, pilay value na to if our n is equal to 1. Sige, di na lang ako ipakita ang solution para di taas. If n is equals to 1, pilay answer?
6.
Okay, 6. Sakto, class? Same mag answer ni Rojo? 6?
Yes.
Okay. How about if our n is equals to 2? Pila?
9.
9. How about if n is equals to 3?
34.
34. If n is equal to 4, pila?
57.
57. And the last one is if 5,
86.
86. Okay, na ako'y nakitaan nga 17 diri. 57 day. Typo. Okay, 86 ang last. So that is our sequence. Same og answer, class. So ang ibuhat anahan, nag-substitute rata sa atong values of n. How about our associated series? Pila ihang result? 6 plus 9 plus 34 plus 57 plus 86. Okay, we have 192. Very good. Okay, so that is now your answers. You have your sequence, you have there your associated series. Okay, so far, do you have any questions, class? For our sequence and series. Questions, clarifications, violent reactions? Wala? Okay, sige, magkuha na lang ko. Sure, sa 2 kay 17.
Sunod sa 6, Sir.
Yeah. Oo, kay 1 plus 2 times 2, 4. 3 times 4, 12. 12 plus 5, 17. Yes. Yamo, di ay na. Akong answer sa associated series, class, kay 200.
200.
Same?
200 ang answer.
Yeah, 200 sad ako
Hala,
Di ko
sorry.
ako ang sayop. Sige, okay lang. Okay, very good. At least nabantayan ninyo. So you have there 17. So mao itong answer ni Ando ganina. Okay, so you have there our associated series. Okay, erase tong kanina. So we have 200. Okay. So very good. Na-identify sa uban. Okay, questions? Wala right questions? Okay, so let's proceed now with the different different types of a sequence. So we have here our arithmetic sequence. So please read the Cilio arithmetic sequence.
An arithmetic sequence, commonly called a progression, is a sequence in which the common difference between any two consecutive terms is a constant, usually denoted by D.
Okay, thank you, Decilio. So we have there, when we say arithmetic sequence, we need to have a common difference. Okay, we need to have a common difference and it is usually denoted as D. So, kanay mo ang duha ka consecutive terms na sila ay common difference. So, in order for us to get the next term, we can just simply add the common difference with the previous term to get the next term. But if ever like you were given us 3 terms only and then you need to find terms until 20, so you need to, or term number 20, you need to use our formula, which is a sub n is equals to a sub 1 plus d, quantity n minus 1. Okay, remember ha? Arithmetic sequence needs to have a common difference. Okay, so who can give me an example of a arithmetic sequence? Sige daw, kinsay makahatag og example. Dapat man daw na sila common difference. Okay, so we have there 4, 7, 10, and 13. Okay, that is correct. Very good. Unsay lahang common difference, Ando? 3. That's right. So that is an example of a arithmetic sequence. Dali ra kay siya nimo ma-identify kay pareha man sila or same ang ilahang common difference, which is 4 and 7. So 7 minus 4, that is 3. 10 minus 7, that is 3 gihapon. 13 minus 10, that is 3. Okay, good job. Now, next one is we have here our arithmetic series. So, kindly read Yap. Carl, still there? Wala. Or basin, wala pa nang mag-count si Carl. Sige, let's have Mascardo. Edward, please read.
Genetic series, the sum of arithmetic sequence formed on genetic series, the sum of first in terms of sequence called partition is directed by Sn.
Okay. So we have there the sum of the terms sa imong arithmetic sequence, mo na siya imong arithmetic series. So, dapat sa ang katong given is imo siyang tan-awon if arithmetic series ba siya. Okay? Para makakuha ka sa iyang arithmetic sequence. So, just like here for the given answer of or given arithmetic sequence of Ando, what do you think ang iyahang arithmetic series? Sa 4, 7, 10, and 13. Pila kaha iyang result? To get our arithmetic series. 4 plus 7 plus 10 plus 13.
34.
Okay, 34. So, 34 is your arithmetic series. So, dali ra kay siya ma-identify if given tanan ang iyahang sequence. But if ever the sequence is kanang putol ra gani siya like kani upat ra ka buok and then moana man ta nga find the first 10 terms or find the sum of the first 10 terms. So, dapat napa kay ika 5 ani, ika 6, ika 7, ika 8. So, which is kind of tedious because it's very long process. So, to make it a way simpler or easier, you can use our formula. So, S sub n is equals to n over 2 quantity A sub 1 plus A sub 2. So, kanang n mo diha is, mauna siya ang imuhang gipangita. Okay, mauna siya imong gipangita nga, or no, yeah, that is katong gipangita nimo. So first 10 terms man. So you are going to substitute with that og 10 and then put your first term which is 4 and then ang kanang a sub n nimo is we cannot use this 1. Okay? So, ma-use ra nimo ang a sub n if gihatag ang iyahang ending nga term. Okay? If gihatag iyang ending nga term. Like for example, 4, 7, 10, 13. And then, comma na siya. And then, ang kinalasan kay 230. So, mo na siya mong ma-substitute diha. Or mo na siya mong 10 term kanang 230. But what if wala siya gihatag, just like what Ando's example? We cannot use this formula. But instead, kani ato ang gamiton. So we have here S sub n over 2. And gihapon nato i-substitute nato ang atong gipangita, which is 10. And then 2 times a, or that is 2 times a sub 1, which is your first term. And then plus katong gipangita nimo minus 1 times your common difference nga 3. Okay, so that is your arithmetic series. But don't worry, here is you are not going to solve for arithmetic sequence, arithmetic series. But you are just going to identify kung asa na siya na belong. Arithmetic sequence, arithmetic series ba siya, geometric, or so on. Okay? Sige, welcome back, Carl. Nanakay na miss sa klase. Okay. And now, we are going to move to geometric sequence. So, for our geometric sequence, please read Torlao.
Is a sequence in which we can get the succeeding term by multiplying the previous term to the fixed number called common ratio.
Okay, thank you. So, you have there, kung sa atong arithmetic sequence, ang iyahang naa siya'y common difference here in our geometric is we have here common ratio. So, sa kani siya, ang atong buhaton is, to get the common ratio is just to divide your first term sa imuhang, second term sa imuhang first term. Okay? So, who can give an example of a geometric sequence? Dapat na siya common ratio. So, dapat imong common ratio kay ma-apply sa tanang terms. Sige, kinsay maka-give og example. Or ako na lang ihatag. And then, I want you, naday, si Kuan, Ando. Ala, same eh. So, you have there, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Ang ugyatag is 2, 4, 8, 16 ra. Sige, so we have here from Ando, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. So, this is an example of a geometric sequence. So, nga naman, teacher, ni mo yung getag common ratio class, dapat i-multiply nato siya i-multiply nato siya each term to get our next term. So, ang common ratio ani is 2. So, to get your common ratio, 2 divided by 1, that is 2. So, 1 times 2, 2, 2 times 2, 4, 2 times 4, 8, 2 times 8, 16, 2 times 16, 32. Okay? So, that is for geometric sequence. Kung ganina kung sa imuhang arithmetic sequence kay nag-add ka to get your next term, sa kaning ato ang geometric sequence is nag-multiply ta. And then to get the next terms or sa mga layo nga terms atong geometric sequence, we can use this formula, which is a sub n over a sub 1 quantity r raised to the power of n minus 1. Okay, we can use this formula. And then for our geometric series, that is the sum of our geometric sequence. So, you have to identify first if geometric sequence ba ang gihatag in order for you to solve it, nga geometric series din na siya or makuha nimo imong geometric series. And to get your series, you can use this formula. S sub n is equals to a sub 1 quantity r raised to the power of n minus 1 over r minus 1. Okay, kung especially mga lagyo nga mga numbers ang atong kuhaon. And now, for our next one, we have harmonic and Fibonacci sequence. Sige, who has an idea about harmonic sequence? Very good. So we have here from Edward, harmonic progression or harmonic sequence formed by taking the reciprocals of the arithmetic progression. Or, shall we say, the kabaliktaran sa arithmetic. So, ang balira gyud sa ato ang harmonic sequence class, sa ato arithmetic sequence ang harmonic sequence. So, katong gihatag ni Ando ganina nga 4, 7, 10, 13, kabaliktaran ra ato niya, which is 1 over 4, 1 over 7, 1 over 10, and 1 over 13. That is your harmonic sequence. Okay, di ba kay kung maingon ba taog whole number class, that is 4, and then if ato na siyang i-change into fraction, that is 4 over 1. And then ato man daw siyang i-reciprocal. So ika-reciprocal na to from 4 over 1, mahimo siya 1 over 4. Okay? Pero dapat arithmetic sequence na siya ha. Dili pwede geometric sequence atong himog reciprocal mo gawas ang harmonic. No. It's only arithmetic. Okay. And now, let's have the Fibonacci sequence. Who has an idea about Fibonacci sequence? Okay, we have here commonly denoted as form a sequence called Fibonacci such that each number is the sum of the two preceding ones starting from 0 and 1. Okay, very good. So, we have here, it is a sequence that starts with sometimes sa ubang sources mag-start siya og 0, 1. Naiuban is 1, 1. Okay, pero same lang gihapon na siya gawas class. Two preceding terms, you can get your next term. So, for example, this. 1 plus 1, 2. 1 plus 2, 3. 2 plus 3, 5. 3 plus 5, 8. 5 plus 8, 13. And then 8 plus 13, 21. 1 plus, 13 plus 21, that is 34, and so on and so forth. That is your Fibonacci sequence. Okay, so those are the sequences and the series nga atong we can use for mathematical induction. By just simply using their formulas, makuha nimo ang mga corresponding numbers niya. Okay, so I hope naka-remember mo no, this is your lesson man before sa grade 10 ninyo. And now, we are going to have sigma notation. So, are you familiar with sigma notation? Okay, unsa ganining sigma notation class? Ma-apply pud ba ni nato siya sa sequence or sa series? Asa na to ma-apply ang sigma notation class? Sa series or sa sequence? Okay, so walay idea. Actually, for sigma notation is ma-apply siya sa ato ang series. Ano day reply si Edward. A series can be presented in a compact form called summation or sigma notation. Okay, sa series di siya ma-apply class ang ato ang sigma notation if ang given is kanang formula. Okay, so katotong gibuhat ganina nga sequence, di ba nakuha pa man ta sa series to get the sequence, so pwede po na siyang ma-apply sa ato ang sigma notation. Okay, so we have here, it is a more concise way to express the sum of the terms like a sub 1 plus a sub 2 plus a sub 3 and so on and so forth. The Greek letter kani siya nga forma, which is we called as sigma, tells us to sum or add up the terms. Okay, mo ni siya ang representation niya. So we can see this is our sigma notation. You have there na ay formulas, na ay k, na ay n. Unsa day na sila. So when we say k, kani siya kaning mga k dere, that is the start of your lower limit index of summation. So meaning to say kung asa mag-start ang imuhang sequence or ang imuhang terms. Like for example, sa katotong example ganina sa Jamboard, which is, di ba, we are finding the sequence from 1 to 5 man. First 5 terms man. So imong lower limit ato class, imuhang k, that is 1. And then for your n, that is the end or the upper limit. So di ba 1 until 5 man kay first 5 terms. So imong n dira is 5. And then imo na siyang i-substitute ang imuhang mga values sa imuhang given nga equation. Mano siya imong equation. Okay, so now is magkuha tag example or maghatag tag example. So we have here our sigma notation nga we have 5k and our lower limit is 1 and our upper limit is 4. So what we are going to do is, di ba, mo ni siya tong formula. So kanay mong 5k diha class, kanang k nimo imo na siyang i-substitute. So as you can see na ako yung mga blank dira or parentheses. So imong buhaton is, di ba, we have man upat daw ka buok. So 1 2 3 4. That is the end of your limit. And then ang imong ibutang dira sa imuhang blanks is katong consecutive until 4. So you have there 1 2 3 and 4. Kay from 1 to 4 man na siya class. So mora pod imong i-substitute for every k. And then as you can see, plus ang atong gigamit because sigma notation is you're going to add up or sum up. And then you're just going to simplify 5 times 1, 5 times 2, 5 times 3, 5 times 4, and then i-add nimo ilahang result. We have 5 plus 10 plus 15 plus 20, and that is equivalent to pila class. Pila result niya?
50.
Okay, that is 50. So mo na siya iyahang summation or iyahang result or iyahang series for this corresponding equation for your sigma notation. Questions, clarifications, violent reactions? Wala ra? Now, let's have here another example. This one. And then, I want you to solve first sa inyong paper. You have there 3k plus 1 ang iyahang equation and then lower limit is 1 until 6. And then, let's check. later on. Tell me if you're done, class, ha? Okay, so what's your answer, class? What's the result? 69. How about the others? Ano sa inyong result, class?
69.
69. Okay, so let's try to check if ang answer ba gyud kay 69. So, we have here our 3K plus 1. So, same sa itong gibuhat ganina, we can do parentheses. sa each value sa K. So, you have there, since 6 man siya kabuok, so we have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then, atong gi-substitute, kay from 1 man daw siya, so we have there 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 and 6. Then, simplify rani mo, 3 times 1 plus 3 times 1 plus 1, that is 4. 3 times 2 plus 1, that is 7. 3 times 3 plus 1, that is 10. 3 times 4 plus 1, that is 13. 3 times 5 plus 1, 16. 3 times 6 plus 1, that is 19. So, imo ra siyang 19 na siya, class, typo. Diba? 6 times 3, 18 plus 1, 19. Yeah. So, our answer there is 69. So, you have there 4, 7, 10, 13, 17, and 19. So, 69 is our answer. Okay. So far, do you have any questions for our sigma notation? So, I know, class, you have a lot of kanang resources, or kanang you can, shall we say, you can use like online platforms in order for you to, or online apps para maka-solve. Try lang to answer it like sa imuha lang yun, like papel o ballpen lang. Okay, dili ta magsalig in ana sa kanang mga apps because remember lang ta mo ha, I know senior high pa mo no, pero sa to ganing like for example sa inyong mga i-take ini ka college and then i-graduate ninyo and then mo board exam mo, ang naragid ninyo class, for example kung engineering mo kay calcu mo raw dili mo makagamit og cellphone during board exams. So you have to know the process as well. Dili lang ta mag-base sa atong answers sa kanang magamit nato sa tuang mga apps. Maybe you can use that one to check if your answers are correct. But if mas ganahan jud ta ma-apply atong skills, much better gyud to nga magsuwat or mag-solve tag atua. Okay, just an advice lang. I know it's like early pa to say this one. Pero wala biya ta kay baw, dali ra kayang panahon. So wata kay baw, pila na ka years, mag-graduate mo and then mo take mo boards. Okay? So practice lang yourself to apply the skills nga inyong ma-learn in each of your classes, especially sa math. Okay? So now, so far, do you have any questions, clarifications, violent reactions? Wala ra? Okay. If none,